paper. Now the Super Eagles managerial role is vacant. Um,
Is it vacant?
they've disengaged the whole technical team. So you could say it's vacant at the moment.
Yeah.
So everyone has been disengaged and all
I'm
that.
pretending like it's vacant, but I know it's not vacant.
That you share more light on that. A lot of names have been flying around. They were, some people had to target exclusive reports yesterday. The likes of Anthony Conceição, the man who managed Cameroon at the AFCON to the semi-finals. Ernesto Valverde, the former Barcelona manager. These are names that was popping out yesterday. Laurent Blanc as well. The former Paris Saint-Germain manager as well. A lot of names. Eddie Newton, the man who won the title with Trabzonspor. I don't know. I'm trying to research him recently.
He has Nigerian.
He has a Nigerian root as well. So names.
Former assistant at Chelsea.
Yeah, he was worked with Kenneth Omero at Chelsea as well during his days. A lot of names popping out and all that. Jose Parcero is still in the mix. He was supposed to be the manager. But something happened. He released a statement that contractual agreement, this and that, and all that. So who do you see managing the Super Eagles moving forward? It looks like we're not going for a local, an indigenous coach. I don't know if you will local now. We're not going for an indigenous coach. It might just be a foreign coach. So amongst these names, who do you think is in the best position to manage the Super Eagles moving forward?
There are things that you need to look at. I think the best person to come manage the Super Eagles will be somebody who understands the status of our players, and it plays a lot in how to manage these players. We don't need somebody who comes in and begin to repeat instructions over and over again to the players. The players don't like that. You need to understand footballers and then deal with them in a way that makes them feel more important, rather than you putting yourself to be an overload over them. So those are some of the things that I would advise the NFF to consider. Somebody who would lead them, not somebody who would command them, somebody that will order them around, somebody that would treat them like some ignorant fools who don't know anything, but somebody who would really lead them and open their mind to see that, okay, there is a realm of possibility that they can rise to. They have everything that they've got. We were just talking about how Alex Iwobi has found his mojo in a new position under Frank Lampard, and I'm saying that I want to see him do that over 10 games because just one game is not enough. Yes, he did well against Manchester United, but he does look like somebody who's absent-minded and somebody who is very, very cautious. And cautious people make mistakes more than people who are carefree. So I want to see him do that on a regular basis. Now, you need a coach who will come into the Super Eagles who will believe in these players, one, not somebody who will come and be very, very divisive. Somebody who also will come in and be having the powers to pick his backroom staff. Because one of the things that I've noticed with the Super Eagles is people say Guavon does not know what he's doing. Guavon was not a bad coach. Guavon was not bad. The team was just unlucky. And over the series of the years that Guavon have coached, I would tell you here that Guavon is an unlucky person. World Cup in 1994, he cost the penalty that knocked us out. Yeah. On the 17th, 2003, first coach ever to get knocked out, not because of not playing well, but because of a toss of coin. When he took over the team in 2006, 2005 to 2006 World Cup to qualify us, his team scored more goals in the few games that they played than the previous games that Chukwu or so had coached. But at the end of the day, we still didn't qualify because of head-to-head, even though we had more goal scored, more goal advantage than Angola. Angola went to the World Cup. And in other competitions as well, and other teams that is coached. So at this point, we can safely say that he is not a lucky person. And it's sad to use that word to describe him, but that's just what I can say. And then, bringing in Amunike at the time they brought Amunike, I know that the NFF was never planning to make Amunike a head coach at any given time anyway. So, but I knew that just bringing them in is a case of, okay, let's even give them a chance and see what they can do. Now, whether it is the tactical nuance or the ability to commandeer the team and lead them to success, or team selection, or poor timing of substitution and the rest, it has not affected all of them. So indigenous coaches are not in the conversation. I like all these names that have been mentioned. If we have money, I'll say, okay, let's go for them. I also still think that people like Guavon and Amunike still have very, very good use. But the Nigerian government and the NFF, Nigerian government not willing to fund sport first, not because we don't have money, we have money, but we're not willing. Our priorities are very, very wrong. We'd rather pay repentant criminals and bandits and terrorists than, invest in sports that will make sure not one more youth does not join terrorism or banditry or kidnapping and the rest of them. But having said that, I think that people like Guavon, Amunike, Coach Terry Egwaji. I saw Yobo up close and personal. I've not really felt his need in the team, but I saw him up close and personal working, and I think that he's got a role to do. If we have like the national centers, the one that Egwaji talked about in the interview I had with him, these are still coaches that you can still send to these national centers and help develop players that will come in through the under 17, under 20s, and under 23 and straight into the senior national team. Unfortunately, Nigeria will not succeed at senior level in football past winning African Cup of Nations every once in a while. The reason is there is no country in the world that has succeeded at senior national team level that doesn't have a good league, at least averagely a league that is on a scale of 1 to 10 that is on a 6 to 7. Show me one country that has succeeded like that. In the era where they succeed, you would see that their league is good. That's also the reason why in Brazil, for instance, if you didn't grow up playing in the domestic league, you struggle to play in the senior national team. There is something about having a good league that helps to make your national team good. Now, for all the names you called in, I don't think there is anyone that I would pick out of the hat and say, okay, come and do the job. But if you're coming to coach the national team of Nigeria, you should understand that you're coaching League of Nations. Yeah. You're coaching players that are coming from different background, different environment. If you go close to the Super Eagles, you know that the Arewa boys are in their clique. Not in a negative way, but I mean, a man is a product of an environment. You always gravitate towards people of your kind. When you went to Cameroon, you automatically align with Nigerians that are there. It's not like you didn't see other country people, but all of a sudden, people that you normally don't mix up with in Nigeria here, you find them comforting and comfortable to hang out with. So the Arewa boys will hang out with themselves, the Igbo boys will hang out with themselves, the born in the abroad boys who are very, very fantastic people to hang out with themselves, and then the neutrals, there are the neutrals, the people from the minority like the Ogana Kariteba and the rest of them will also, pitch here, and sometimes just find themselves in the neutral space. You have to be somebody who can harmonize them, and then also find leaders within the team to bridge the gap and be able to relate with all of them. That's why I like the captaincy that we have in Ahmed Musa being leader of the come from Nigerian group, and then true second leader of the come from the abroad group, just so that nobody backstabs themselves, nobody create the kind of thing that we have from the 94 team, and everybody's fine, there's harmony. So you now need a coach that will harmonize all of this, which is the act and science of football. You now need a coach that will harmonize all of this and put them together. Is it Eddie Newton? I don't know. Is it Pesero? I don't know. None of these guys have a good record with African team. None of them have a good history with African team. And Nigeria is the most difficult African team to coach. Because when you coach Nigeria, you're coaching not only the players, but you're coaching the opinions of 200 million plus people. And you're coaching in a team where you will never get up to 50% of management support. When I say management support from the NFF, things just change. Things can change overnight. They can just call you, hey, fly to England, come and see this player. Oh, do this. You don't have a plan, a set plan, an objective to achieve what you want to achieve. Also, Nigeria is the only country, one of the only countries where the lead coach cannot pick his own backroom staff. So all of these are impediments against the coach that you're going to employ. Now that we just said we've now disengaged all the coaches. What happened to somebody like Terry Egwaji? Terry Egwaji is a brilliant mind. You need to use that brain that he's got. All of those ability that he's got, you need to deploy it somewhere. It's not just enough to disengage people. I still think that Imran Amunike is a brilliant mind, same way Guavon is a brilliant mind. You need to still be able to use them somewhere, put them somewhere, and let them be productive. But unfortunately, because of money, I have an idea. I want to own my own private jet. But because I don't have money, I'm going to enter Korope or Uber or whatever. That's the way it is with Nigeria. That's what Nigerian football is. The Nigerian fans, the followers of the game also need to know this. So we are here thinking that we're a very rich nation, right? Because our formerly rich father is pretending that all is well, but all is not well. You know how when you are home, your parents don't have money, but you ask for something and they tell you something like, don't worry, I'll take care of it. But they don't even know where they will take care of it from. But they just tell you that to starve you off. So you go out thinking, don't worry, my father's got my back. But the result might not come. That's the way Nigeria is today. Nigerian government does not have a proper budget for sports football development. Okay? What we have is a budget for competition. Once we qualify for competition, we squeeze it, we wait last minute. There is a deficit of trust among the leadership of sports in Nigeria. Yeah. The stakeholder, there is a strong deficit of trust. The minister, there's not been a minister who trusts the FA president. There's no FA president who trusts the minister. They are all just, marriage of convenience. They're all just managing each other's, trying to keep each other's secret, and then holding these secrets against each other. I gave you 1.7 billion last year. I don't know what you did with it. Everybody is trying so hard to leak secrets that would embarrass the other person without understanding that all of these things that they are doing is actually destroying the main product itself, which is the football. Okay, so that's why when we lose, people are very quick to come out with blame. You know why? People from the minister side would leak secrets to their comfortable friends in the media. Those ones will use it. The ones in the side of the NFF would leak secrets to their comfortable friends in the media. Those ones too will use it. Everybody begins to leak secrets. It's sometimes when people tell me this, I'm not going to. What is the end of this? Why am I using this story? I'm not going to use it. I'm quick to tell people I don't do breaking news. Okay, but some people work in media houses where they are under pressure to deliver story. So half a gossip, they use it. You saw the one that came out which did say Amaju picked Ahmed Musa for 2018. That's not the real story. That's not what happened in the interview. But hey, that's what people are comfortable with, clickbait and the rest of them. So we must be able to harmonize our home first. If a young man, so Nigeria is like a young man who is squatting with his friend, who is also squatting with another person, but he's not saying he wants to go marry. Not only he wants to marry, but he's going to marry a woman who have like 4 children. And he wants to bring that woman to that house where he is squatting with a friend that is squatting. How would they survive? So we need to put our house in order first. I am saying, this is my opinion. If we know, say, this coach who want employ, he could come reach the place where they go call the call Legbete TV and radio say, Moku talk say that they owe. Because I know how I help Ganatrot to pursue him money, fight for him money, or to the point where come like say, I get commission what I want to take inside. If you know, say, we not go fee pay them. If all this mumu brand where we say they go come use our national team to do PRO and money laundry, come and say they go pay salary. If you're not someone not go pay. If you guys know that the economy is not good enough to support what you do and you cannot pay the promises you make, please don't jump into any sponsorship with the Nigerian Football Federation, because at the end of the day you block the road for other person to come in. The public would think that there is money and then there is no money. We have no business owing Genotro if Eteyo lived up to his promises. We have no business having an FA Cup that looks like the gathering of stupid people if Eteyo lived up to his promises. I understand the economy is terrible, but there is also a point where you say, okay, you know what, I'm going to pull out so that somebody else comes in and do this. You can't be getting mileages and then you are not delivering on your promises. There should be penalties for all of that. So if the NFF no say they're not going to do that, they should come out now publicly and say, in collaboration with the sports minister, say, look, government does not have money. And I don't know why it's even hard for Nigerians to know. Your government cannot fix electricity. A national grid that is not working is collapsing every day. You know why something collapses? When you keep collapsing because you are malnourished, you are having kwashiorkor, you are deficient in vitamins. We cannot fix all of those things. You think that the government that cannot fix that is going to now project trillions or billions of dollars to go and take care of your sports? No, sports is expensive. Anybody that tells you that, oh, there's enough money, the money that they have, what are they doing with it? Anybody that tells you that, ask them first. Anytime somebody come up with that conversation, the first question you ask them, do you even know how much it costs to organize one football match? When you know that, then multiply it by the number of teams that we have, the number of games that we put together from under 17 to the Super Eagles, men and women, and then calculate all of that. They are feeding their hotel, their transportation, logistics from one place to the other. Calculate all of that, their camping exercise, the hotels that they stay, and then you come out with the answer. Then you know how much it costs to put this thing together. If we're not going to be able to fund it, there's no need to embarrass us before the international community. We should just keep our hands out of it and get another local coaches, maybe Coach Ayere, maybe Coach Olumide, anybody, and get them to coach until we're ready.
You know, the problem is not just coaching. From what you said, it's not just coaching.
It's not coaching.
You know, it's not coaching problem. We just need to,
put our hands
together and just see what we can do. But I mean, these are stellar names. These are stellar name, coaches. But
you are listening to Legbete TV Radio.